And we are. Wait, did that play on your end?
It only played briefly, that intro. But we are live.
Hang on. Wait, hang on. Fuck that.
Now we're live.
All right, cool. All right. Now we're live, and what is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 31? 31?
31 and a half, we'll say. But yeah, 31.
Okay, 31 and a half of the Primetime Gorehounds. I am Primetime Pretty Six James Thomas himself here, Mr. Gorehound Paul Burt. And tonight we are going to be watching the 2018 reboot of Halloween. Hopefully everybody's had a great day back to work for some. Hopefully everybody had a great Labor Day. And if you are a fan of the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And also, if you want to donate to the channel, the Cash App is PrimePod313. It's on the ticker at the bottom here, where any donation will be greatly appreciated, from $1 to 20 to a million. And Paul, how are you, my guy?
Well, I've been doing good. Just been getting ready to prep myself to get back to university. Year 5, level 2 foundation degree acting course. And hopefully, if other things go well on the side, I could be doing a photography gig for the Plymouth basketball team in this town, which is something that the college offers up to students every year. So fingers crossed that happens. And I also got some plans for another photo trip in Feb. James knows what I'm talking about, but I'm keeping that one under wraps until the day happens.
Well, good to hear. But yeah, man, I see hello, Mama Bert, and
Hey.
What's up, Phil? He says, I remember seeing this Halloween 2018 in theaters on my birthday. Hard to believe this film was almost 4 years old. Yes, indeedy. It's been one hell of a journey. I still remember the time on my channel when I was first reporting on the announcements that these new Halloween films were coming out, even before Jamie Lee Curtis came into the picture. And now we are about to get to the last of the Blumhouse trilogy. It's been a rocky, 4 or 5 years, but we are going to get there. So still kind of curious, intrigued, somewhat nervous, but I guess that's kind of a good thing heading to this, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the whole thing that they put the story out there, we've seen the trailer and the hints they've been giving out. We don't know how this is going to end, but the bottom line is this is going to be the end of this saga. May not be the end of the franchise because they'll probably make more movies, but for a lot of people like me, for most of us, this is pretty much the end of that era, the end of a legacy, basically, man.
The Blumhouse era, yep.
Yeah. But in the Laurie Strode saga as well, because this is like going on 45 years in the making for the culmination of this.
Well, I just want to go to this movie and leave the theater and be like, okay, that was good. That's all I want. I don't want anything. I'm not expecting Oscar worthy. I just want to go in this and not have my intelligence insulted, and more importantly, not to be pissed off.
I just want this movie to be something that we can say, you know what? That went out with a bang. That's what I want. Hope. But yeah, to talk about this Halloween movie, I might as well give a little bit of info for people who do not know. It's been living under a rock for a while. This Halloween movie is actually a reboot, but it's also the start of the legacy sequels that they've been bringing out, because a lot of movies have been doing this since then. Now, me and James kind of had a feeling.
Star Wars did it.
Yeah, there's that too. But here's the thing. We knew this Halloween movie was going to be big, but nobody had any idea just how much this movie was going to do in terms of fan reaction, critical reaction, and even box office reaction. I mean, this movie became the highest grossing slasher movie ever. It broke Scream's record, which it held on to since '96. and it's also the highest grossing Halloween movie of the entire series. And like I said, also when it comes to slash movies, I know Star Wars did it first, like James pointed out, but a lot of people say when it comes to the influences, a lot of these horror movie franchises that we know have been kind of floundering for several years must have saw this one and thought, you know what, maybe we should do something similar to that as well. And we've had that with Candyman, we've had that with Scream, we had it with Texas Chainsaw, Hellraiser's next on the line for that one. So it did start a whole thing with the horror movie franchises that we're seeing today. And some of them have worked out and some of them haven't. But I think it's safe to say when it comes to this one did satisfy a lot of stuff that we wanted from this.
Well, I mean, Paul, if you really think about it, it was set up to win. I mean, it's the first Halloween movie in about a decade since Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yep.
You Blumhouse, buys the rights, which at the time Blumhouse was like the hot movie studio at the time.
Yeah.
Then you bring John Carpenter involved, and then what really got the train rolling was bringing Jamie Lee Curtis back.
I remember when I saw that tweet that she put up, and you had that image, and I was just like, "Oh shit, are we really gonna do this?" And then I remember that time when you and me were contacting each other, and we were just like, "Dude, if that trailer drops, I'm gonna tell you the moment it happens." So I was like watching the fucking news feeds like a hawk that day.
Yeah, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. Like I said, when Jamie Lee Curtis was announced, that really got the ball rolling because she brings name value and star power to the franchise. And yeah, it was just excitement, man. Everyone was like looking for every bit of news, every bit of information. Like you said, we was waiting for the trailers like a hawk. When the trailer dropped, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And then it led to it being the highest grossing slasher film of all time, and then, like you said, many other franchises tried to do it. Terminator tried to do it, which fucking failed. But
what is that? Everybody's got their opinion on that one. You know my thoughts on that one.
Yeah. You know my thoughts. I thought it fucking failed and it was trash. It was stupid. Hey, Terminator 2, one of the most beloved films of all time. James Cameron said, fuck that. We'll replace John Connor with this Mexican woman. Fuck out of here.
To be honest with you, I was actually surprised they went and did that move by taking out John Connor, but I don't know why, but you're going to think I'm crazy, but that curious side of me was like, I want to see where they go with this now, no matter what happens. I want to see if it's satisfying, okay, fine. Okay, so in terms of the story, but it did kind of, for me personally, it did kind of feel like in some sense, somewhat of a natural follow too.
So you was okay with them. So you was okay with them chopping Arnold's balls off?
No, I wasn't too happy about them not having Schwarzenegger being on there too much. But
okay, all right.
That's the one issue. That's the one issue. Believe it or not, that is the one issue I had with that movie. We didn't see enough of him on that film, and I was like,
that was the issue. That was the biggest issue for you.
For me, it was, yeah.
Okay, all right. That's fine. No, that's fine. No, that's fine. You completely waste Linda Hamilton's return. You completely.
Like I remember when I thinking to myself, come on, man, you got to be having a bit more going on than this. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I was glad they managed to get Linda Hamilton back, but it's just, for me, it was like a sense of the same thing when you remember when I talked about Nightmare on Elm Street, and I said I didn't mind who played Freddy Krueger, but they just didn't have a whole lot to do, and plus they fucked up on the script. That's kind of my vibe on that.
You know what? Terminator Dark Fate can suck a dick. But we're not talking about Terminator Dark Fate. We're talking about Halloween 2018, and yeah, Paul, I'm ready to get this started. Are you?
Yeah, nachos, tango ready. Let's do this.
All right, so we're gonna go over the rules really quick. The rules are if you're watching this on VHS, Blu-ray, DVD, TV, any way you're watching this. Normally, we are about 2 seconds in where we're about to see the Universal logo. Then we go 3, 2, 1, play, and when we say play, you press play. Again, 3, 2, 1, play. And when we say play, you press play.
And if you don't press play, you're going to get your face stomped in the worst way possible.
Yes, Michael Myers all of a sudden becoming Jason Voorhees. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I thought that was so cartoony, but all right. 3, 2, 1, play.
And we are in.
All right, got the globe, the Universal logo popping up.
That Universal logo's had some pretty good changes over the years. I think this one's pretty nice.
Now, I will say, Paul, I really do enjoy the opening score here from John Carpenter and Cody, and I forgot who the other guy is.
Hang on, let me see if I can get the name of them. I think I have them on here. It
was
Daniel Davis.
Daniel Davis.
Yes.
Yes. I'll never forget, Paul, when I was in the movie theater and then just hearing that score and seeing and just hearing this music, I was like, holy shit, this is really happening.
Dude, when I was in the cinema, I'm not joking right now, I had fucking goosebumps. And everybody that was in the cinema, because it was a full house for this, right? And that's rare for a horror movie. Everybody, you could hear a pin drop. People were just like stunned already. And I love the fact that they had this old school title screen on there again. I thought that was a nice touch.
Very nice touch. Yep, and we see the clock.
Mm-hmm. We're in Smith's Grove.
And then how I look, Paul, every time I come home from work. Yeah, just looking at the walls and just looking all disheveled and shit in the bed.
Yeah, that's pretty much me when I come back from a long ass rehearsal run at college. I'm just like, I just want to fucking go to bed. I'm done. There's that doctor.
Look at the guy. You see the guy in the bed. That's me. Every time that's when I go to bed.
Yeah, that's me. When it comes to me when in bed, I'm just kind of like thinking to myself, all right, I'm staring at a ceiling. I would like to sleep now, but I have to stare at it until I pass out.
But I always thought this opening was very, very effective. I really thought it was a very, very strong opening. Getting to see the inside of Smith's Grove Sanitarium, which we haven't seen. Clearly 40 years has passed.
Time has absolutely flown by on this one.
Then we have Dana and Aaron. Yes.
Got these like online, I guess, podcasting journalists that are doing a documentary on history.
It's investigative journalists, Paul.
Oh yeah, my bad. But yeah, they're to do a case.
Sartain, man. Oh.
This guy.
Like, here's the thing. I have a love-hate relationship with the Sartain character because I like the idea of this character, but, oh, God, the twist they put us through, it was so pointless.
Yeah. I think they just wanted to do that just to add some kind of shock into this film. That was the only reason.
Shock they didn't need.
I know, but somebody in charge of the writing, which I'm guessing would be Danny McBride and
David Gordon Green.
And Jeff Fradley. So we had 3 writers in this.
And that's the best I could come up with. Like, I immediately thought of Halloween 6.
Oh, man. Yeah, Halloween 6. I still have yet to see the producer's cut of that.
No, it ain't really much different. It's more context to the story, but it ain't really that much different.
Figures.
And there's James Jude Courtney.
Yeah, there he is. I actually met that dude at Comic-Con as well. Such a nice dude.
And I love how this is set up, where I love the Masonic, chessboard thing they got. All the inmates are surrounding them, and they're being, crazy inmates. Michael's just standing there. Love it. Yeah. And I love to see him in the distance. We see him in a distance, just like in the 78 film.
Exactly. And it's just that ominous vibe the scene gets, right? You see it, you got all the other inmates, all the other patients there, and they're just doing whatever on the day out in that courtyard, and Michael's just standing there, and has been doing that now for 40 years straight.
We see a little side view of his face. We don't get to see it, but we get to see that he's aged since 78.
Yeah, he's now 61. You can see that scar on his neck.
And I like that. And I like that. We get to see part of his face, but not his whole face. So keep it a mystery.
Yeah. That's the one thing about the Halloween series. Well, with the exception of the Rob Zombie ones. But the one thing about this is that you rarely, if ever, catch his face properly.
The only time we get to see his face clear as day. But I love how I just love how he's right at the line. But is the scene in Halloween 1 when the parents like Michael, and take his mask off.
Yeah, that one as well. Oh, and this bit with the mask, like as soon as he holds it up, it's almost you could tell Myers is drawn to it because he's just kind of like does like a side look, kind of slightly. There, see?
Yeah, he reacts. I will say, Paul, this would not happen in real life.
No way. It wouldn't.
There's no way this would happen in real life.
Nah. The doctors wouldn't allow it.
He got wrong.
And what's crazy is that all these inmates, they can sense the shit building. Even the dog's like, dude, what are you doing? It's like you said on that review that you did for this a while back. It's like the inmates, they somehow know who he is. They fear him, but yeah, they kind of respect him at the same time because he's something about him the vibe he has about him, and they notice it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, in a normal situation, you wouldn't be that antagonistic towards him.
No, you wouldn't, especially knowing his past. And then, boom.
That was good.
Very good build-up. And then,
very,
of course...
Very, very, very creepy. And, of course, get the opening with the pumpkin.
Now, you could tell this pumpkin coming back to life was definitely symbolic.
Very symbolic, yeah. Now, I will say, Paul, if I had to nitpick, I do wish, like, on the credits here, that they would just kind of just slow down on the credits because they're kind of going a little too fast for me. Like in the original opening, just let it breathe, like let it set in. But these credits are going like Jamie Lee Curtis, John Carpenter, all that. So it's like, just slow down a little bit.
Give like 2 or 3 seconds for us to, let it sink in.
Yeah, let it build, let it sink. That was just like one nitpick. I'm like, okay, it's going a little too quick. Just let it settle in.
Yeah. But I guess because they just want to get the credits out of the way so we can get right into the film again because, attention span of people these days.
Attention spans, yeah.
Yeah. But, dude, I'm there in the cinema when I saw this, and right away I was just getting that vibe. I was just like, oh, yeah, this feels like a true sequel now.
Yes, this definitely checks the boxes. Like, now I'm sitting in the theater and I'm like, okay, this feels good. This feels exactly what I wanted it to be.
This is Halloween 2, 40 years on.
It's not my Halloween 2.
I know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've enjoyed the sequels we've had over the years, but ever since this lot came out, it's like I now seem to watch the original and then I jump right into these ones, and I do watch the sequels afterwards, of course, because it feels like an alternative timeline for me now. Strange. There's just something about me when I do that with films. All right, I tried to ask this question last time before the stream went all fucked up, but Chris went down the wrong way. What was your thoughts on David Gordon Green and Danny McBride being involved in this because they did the Pineapple Express. That's the only film I remember them doing.
I thought it was an interesting choice. I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was very weird to have comedic writers and comedic actors write a horror film. But I thought it was. I thought it was just an interesting choice.
Yeah, I think it was also in terms of the director's part. I think he just wanted to try something different and let people know, hey, I can do more than comedy, and I can do it just as good. And
he's done dramas too.
Yeah, he did dramas as well. But like I said, the only film I remember seeing him doing was
Investigative Journalist. I'm sorry, I like the way she says that.
Yeah, but I was saying the only film I remember seeing him direct was Pineapple Express. That was the only reference I had of this guy who directed this going into this one.
And I like how well Laurie answered the call. She just simply just went yes. Like I like that.
And man, you could tell in the last 40 years in this story that is Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode's life has not been the same since that night. You got cameras all over the place, big fucking searchlights on your roof. You can tell that night changed her.
Yeah, but I will say that I still prefer how Halloween H2O handled it.
Oh yeah, where she had the they changed her identity and she ended up being a school teacher.
Yeah. Where there was more of an arc and there was more depth to her character. She had to grow into becoming the badass to fight Michael. Where here she's there from the very jump.
Yeah. The thing about that H2O is that scene where she gets her kid out and basically destroys the alarm code system, locks herself in with got herself an axe ready to take on Michael. Like she was ready to fight this dude. She was done running at that point. And I love that.
How'd you feel about the Laurie Strode Sarah Connor approach?
With this one they're doing right now?
Yes, would it basically make her Sarah Connor?
Well, at first I was kind of like, well, I can kind of see why they went with this approach with this character because, when I guess it depends on how people deal with trauma. Some people, like you saw with the Halloween H2O, it took her a while to overcome that fear, to face that fear head on. Whereas on this one, it, like with Terminator 2, knowing what happened, it became an obsession and drove her crazy, kind of made her hardened in a way, but still at the same time, still bearing the emotional scars of what she went through. And that's one of the things about it. I didn't mind it, but
I just don't see. My problem is that I just couldn't see the girl from 78 all of a sudden being into guns and all that stuff. Yeah. I later got into it, but at first I'm like, I kind of don't buy it. Once again, I prefer Halloween H2O. And also, another thing too, just shows how good Jamie Lee Curtis still looks for her age, that they had to add prosthetic makeup to her face to make her look older.
Yeah, I think she's 61, 62 now.
No, I think at this point of the film, she was 60, 61.
Hold on, let me check what she is at now. All right, get this. She's 63 now. She's going to be 64 in November. So count back 4 years. She was 59, 58 when she did this.
Okay. Still looks good.
Still looks good for her age, yeah. And it's rare for someone to still look good as they get on in age. You know what I mean?
Jamie Lee Curtis, she gives a really, really good performance in this movie, though. Like she literally is the heart and soul of this film. It's Laurie's story.
Yeah, she definitely put on a clinic with this performance right here. And I think the other thing that I was also concerned about when I saw this at first was, it's been nearly 20 years since she last appeared in a Halloween movie. The last time was Resurrection. So I was kind of nervous about how she was going to be with this at first, but then as we further got onto
the movie, wait, hang on. Gotta hear this. One of the most cringiest lines ever.
Let's do it.
Wait, hang on. It's coming up. There's Judy Greer. There's Adi Matichak.
Yep.
All right. It's coming up.
I'm waiting.
Birdhouses and a checkerboard made of teak.
We're excited to meet Cameron.
The whole family, though. And a reputation.
Right.
That's true. It's a relevant factor.
Right.
Remember one time Lonnie that's that cop in the face?
Right.
That was it. Oh, mother. Oh, man. I got peanut butter on my penis.
Well, that was a fucking Danny McBride line. I'm sorry, but that didn't need to be there.
And Paul, and this is the point in the movie there where I'm just like, oh, that was a miss.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was just like, okay, I didn't quite get that joke at all. But some people got it.
I got the joke. I got the joke, but it was just more like it just felt very forced.
It was. It really did feel like it was forced. And, they just wanted to put that in there just for the sake of putting it in there to have some kind of humor. It didn't work.
It was just Danny McBride being Danny McBride. I'm just like, no grown adult says penis.
No.
And just the way he said it, I got peanut butter. I got peanut butter on my penis. It's like,
I'm like, dude, come on, you didn't need to say that.
I will say this, Paul. At first, when I first watched the film, I hated. I ain't gotta say hate. That's a strong word. Okay, I was not the biggest fan of Judy Greer and her acting in this movie. I thought it came off very wooden. Like, it came off she's reading off a teleprompter. I just didn't believe it. And the more and more I watch it, the more and more I'm thinking, that might be intentional.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too when looking back at it now.
Because her character is someone who's trying to come off as this naive, goody two-shoe housewife who is trying to get out of the shadow of Lori, and she's suppressing a lot of shit, pretty much. Where she does become the badass that Lori trained her to be.
Exactly.
In the movie, but right now she's just kind of suppressing it, and when she does the whole, the world's not full of hate, it's full of love and understanding. And I'm just like, even she doesn't believe that.
No, I'm gonna say it. That's probably one of the cringiest quotes I've ever heard. But at the same time, and I said this on the last one, but I'll probably not say it again a little bit, but it does kind of reflect on how people are sometimes, especially in this day and age.
Well, that. But what I'm saying is that that she's trying to convince herself of that.
Yeah. She's trying to convince herself to say, look, the world's not as bad as you're saying it is, but deep down she's like, yeah, I know it's bullshit. I just don't want to admit it.
And then they just mentioned the whole, we just saw the whole.
Yeah,
was that her brother? No, it was not her brother. To be honest, like, you didn't need to say that.
I think that was just their way of just trying to tell people, look, we're completely dismissing every sequel that came after the original. That was just their way.
I understand that, but it's just like people are not that stupid, okay?
I know, but I think they did that for anyone who's never seen the sequels and only watched the original. I think that's the only reason they put that line in there.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but that's my take on it.
No, when they said it, I was just kind of like, and they put it in one of the trailers. It's like, it's not necessary.
Maybe they just should have just kept it in the trailer and then not have it in the film. Maybe.
Oh, and a nice little callback to the 78 film, which, by the way, the voice of the teacher is Linda herself, PJ Souls.
Yep, that is true. I thought it was cool that they brought her back for that little Easter egg. And this here, like,
that is cool.
Very reminiscent to the original.
And then, and then Lori standing outside. When your mom makes sure you actually made it to make sure you actually made it to school.
Yeah. And just think, she was a student in that school many years ago.
Yes, Mom, I made it to school. And then all of a sudden, you just see her outside making sure you actually did.
Yeah. But, some people can be overprotective. I mean, it's just how people are, especially if they care about
overprotective.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. No, just making sure I didn't skip.
Shit, my mom used to do it back in the day. One time. I used to skip. I remember skipping school a few times. And she made sure I was there. I was just like, oh, shit, okay. I'm not going anywhere.
Now from this moment all the way until the dinner scene, Jamie Lee Curtis absolutely just carries the film.
Without a doubt. I'm not arguing that for one bit.
From the moment with her granddaughter all the way till when she's having that mental emotional breakdown at the dinner, she just gives a great performance. And you can tell that Karen and Lori are estranged. Lori and Allison, they have a relationship, but it could be a lot better.
Yep.
I love the music that plays here.
Yeah, same here. I just thought the music score that Carpenter and his son brought to this, and of course Daniel Davison as well, they really captured the essence of this music.
They did. It's a damn good soundtrack.
Yep.
And also, got the voice of young Loomis, which I could believe that's Loomis, better than that voiceover in H2O.
Yeah, definitely. And here we go again. History repeating itself. They had to stick him for a transfer. We know how that happened last time.
But yeah, just like I said, like it stuck out to me then. It sticks out to me now. Like when she meets Allison at the high school, her having a mental breakdown in the truck, all of this. Like she just, like I said, she carries the movie.
Exactly. After that scene, it's obvious who was going to be the power player in this film. Like I said, she put on a fucking phenomenal performance in this movie.
She did. She did.
I mean, she literally brought her A game. I mean, that was probably her best performance I've seen from her in quite a while. Down on those mini Schweppes like no vodka like no tomorrow. She was fixing to waste this dude. That creepy ass doctor. But yeah, you see, she had the gun. She was waiting for this to happen. And when it came time to her trying to carry out the plan, right here, she couldn't do it. Here comes that dinner scene you were talking about.
Oh man, you just feel horrible for her. That just seeing the sight of him makes her break down. Now I will say, Paul, that there was another way how Michael was going to escape, where apparently Lori was going to crash the bus, and that's what led to escape.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that as well. That was one of the ideas they were going to throw out there. I mean, all right, which one would you have preferred? Would you have preferred the breakout with this one, or would you have preferred that version that you just mentioned?
Oh, like the other version, because it puts more pressure on Lori. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I would have preferred that one because that would have been more emotional. That would have had a bigger emotional impact because it's like she wanted to kill this dude so bad, but at the same time, she fucked up and she's the reason he's out again.
Wait, Paul, where are you at now?
Now, hang on, get my remote. 24 minutes 43. She's just arrived at the dinner scene.
All right, let me know when you're at 24:56.
All right, hang on. 4, 5, 6, go.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, she just starts breaking down.
Yep. She downed that fucking wine glass like it was no tomorrow there.
And you could feel the tension between Karen and Laurie.
Yeah, she definitely didn't want her there. You could kind of see it. She wanted her to be there, but at the same time, the majority of her emotions was like, no, I don't want you here because I don't want you bringing up that shit from the past again. I mean, her granddaughter...
Because you're embarrassing.
Yeah, her granddaughter understands, but Laurie's daughter is just like, nah, fuck that. You need to get over this shit.
Which I could completely understand.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like Laurie's mom...
And also, too, I could completely buy that... I can buy that Allison is the granddaughter and Karen is the daughter. Like, I could believe that they're related.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely have that, that connection for these characters.
Wait, are you at the scene when she's talking about her childhood?
Yeah. Oh, the talk. She's outside the. Yeah, she's out. Her granddaughter went out to see her.
Oh, but I thought she was about to commit suicide.
I thought she was going to at that point as well.
I thought she was going to jump in traffic.
Oh, dude, I was thinking the same thing, and I probably wasn't the only one there because when I saw her standing in the road like that, I just thought, oh shit, she's done.
But yeah, this scene coming up here with her talking, just hear how wooden she sounds. It's like I didn't feel it,
I didn't either.
I learned to shoot a gun when I was 8. I didn't tell you about the basement, and now she's injected all her psychoses right onto me. It's like,
Well, yeah.
Was you supposed to say it like that?
No, you're not. You're supposed to have a bit more emotion when you're acting like that. I'll tell you right now, if my fucking drama teacher saw her doing that rehearsal, he'd be giving her shit right now. He'd be like, bullshit, I ain't feeling it.
Yeah, I'm just...
Oh, this bit with this kid, man.
Yeah, I'm just like... I'm just...
Yep.
I'm just like...
Dance class? Man, how times have changed. Nothing wrong with dance class, but,
And this is one of the few times, Paul, where this is another negative I had about this movie. This is one of the few times where there's legit tension in the movie.
Oh yeah. I remember when I saw the bit when you saw the car pulling up. I remember when I saw that trailer and you see the dude standing there. You didn't see his face. I thought, oh fuck, that's Michael Myers standing in front of the road when I saw that trailer the first time.
I was hoping it wasn't because I'm just like, you're just gonna show him full view like that.
That's what I was thinking at first when I saw the trailer, and I probably wasn't the only one that was thinking that.
Yeah, but kudos to Danny McBride. Wait, where are you at now, Paul?
28:53.
All right, pause it for a second because I really want to get a point across here. 28:53.
28:57 now. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, sorry, folks. Just my shit kind of lagged for a second there, but
let me know when you synced up.
There's a moment, Paul. Like this scene, I thought was okay. Wait, where you say you was at?
28:57. That's where I paused it.
All right, hang on. Yeah, but I just love, the fog, the inmates walking around, very Night of the Living Dead-ish. Okay,
Yeah.
28, 52, 3, 4, 5, 6, go.
Right. Yeah,
Like this was one of the few times where I'm just like, where you actually feel scared. We didn't get enough of that in this.
I know that is just so suspenseful. Just imagine this. Imagine you're on your way home. You're on a fucking road in the middle of nowhere at night. You see this bus, and you got these people all like just walking around. You gonna stop your car to find out what's going on?
And they did a completely ballsy move here, having Michael kill a kid. It's like, it's the first time we ever see him kill a kid.
They wanted to let people know he ain't fucking around this time. It's like you said on that. It's like you said on that review when you saw that scene.
Well, nobody's watching it.
Yeah,
wait, hang on, Paul. Hang on, Paul. Let me hear this. I love this. Wait, hang on. Let me hear this. I just love how he comes up to the cop and the cop just yells, "Run!"
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I love this.
Whoa.
Wait here. I'll go get my guys.
I love that. but no. The reason why I love that is because it just makes you. It makes it like, yo, what the fuck is so bad that obviously the bus driver realized who was on the bus, and the fact that he's loose tells you like, run.
Yeah. It's like that. This facility's worst nightmare just came true.
And you're wondering, where is his father? You don't know where his father is. It's like it's a legit suspense. And then he kills him like Annie.
Oh, here we go. Listen.
You see a bit of his fucked up eye.
And then you hear that break. It goes back to
that was a really good thing.
It goes back to what you said when you were doing that review, when you were talking about that scene. You basically said that was the first time you ever saw him do anything like that, but that was also to show, like 40 years of pent-up rage. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Think about it. You've been locked up for 40 years. You finally get a chance to break out. You're going to be pretty well pissed off as well.
Yeah, I said that at the time, but now I'm just kind of like, I don't think he really feels. I mean, I don't know what he feels.
Well, it goes back to what Loomis says, man. Any reasoning or morality or anything like that, he doesn't have that.
And Will Patton, one of my favorite characters in the franchise. And I love how we're just seeing the aftermath. Just...
Yeah, it's just like dead bodies there, and this bus. Most of the inmates have gone missing now. They've probably gone in the woods somewhere, some shit.
And imagine seeing this, Paul. Like clearly that's the father. That's the father right there. Like, imagine seeing that, bro.
If I saw that, a dude's neck going in a direction it shouldn't be, I'm pulling the fucking gun out, and I'm gonna be like, my eyes are gonna be darting back and forth.
What are you gonna shoot? What are you gonna shoot?
Well, dude, I'll be at that point. I'm thinking this motherfucker's still around, so I'm gonna be like having my head on a shrivel until I can get some backup. Here we go, October 31st.
But yeah, I just love that, how we just see the aftermath, and it just makes you wonder, like what the fuck did this? Did a bear do this, or like what the fuck are we dealing with?
Yeah, the dude may be human, but he clearly isn't.
I love that. I just love that.
Yeah, the Judith Myers not there. Oh.
And a little exposition of how severe the attack was, which I'm like, if you watch the 78 film, it was nowhere near that bad. They're describing it, but it's 2018, so
yeah. But back then, that movie was shocking, especially that scene, because no one saw shit.
Yeah, but it was not that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. But back then, no one saw shit like that before.
I never understood that. Like she sees him in the distance, but doesn't react to it. I never understood that.
I don't get that either.
I didn't get that.
If I saw a dude like that standing there, I'd be like, "Yo, who's that over there?"
Oh, Sheriff Barker. I fucking hate his character.
I guess I can have some ideas why.
What's the idea, Paul? Tell me.
Well, let me guess. The dude's a bit cynical about some of the stuff that's going on.
Exactly. Exactly. Like I love how Will Patton, does this here. Like he's so legit concerned. Which, by the way, I love how he says "Babysitter Murders." That because that was the original title of the '78 film. But there's great concern. Like he's legit concerned about this. And then Barker's like, Michael Myers, what are we gonna do? Cancel Halloween? It's like no sheriff would act like that.
No, they wouldn't. This would be
They would not be that dismissive.
No, exactly. And maybe he's cynical about it because he's thinking, well, the dude's 61. Surely he's not going to be able to be capable of doing the stuff he does. Well, as you would say one time.
But as your duty as a sheriff, if you see someone that was a threat, 40 years ago, no matter how, you would want to ask some precaution. And it's funny how Michael just happens to pull up in the same gas station. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was just saw that bit when he's just pulling up, looking, and I thought, oh yeah, and there he goes. Convenient. There he goes. Well, he's drawn to that mask. He senses it somehow.
Resurrection van. Okay, on the nose.
Pretty sure that's a nod to that Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah. Again, claim we acknowledge the sequels, but we acknowledge the sequels. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of strange how they do that, but okay.
No, again, like this whole situation is Halloween 4 and H2O and Rob Zombie's Halloween all in one.
In the background, he's punching the shit out of someone.
Yeah, let's take Halloween 4, Halloween H2O, and Rob Zombie's Halloween and make it one scene.
Pretty much.
Okay, that was another thing too. I'm just like, okay, so you lied to us. All right, fine.
I guess they did at that time. And I know we rarely see Michael Myers' face, but I don't know why I call this morbid curiosity. But after what happened to him on the original Halloween 2 and then seeing part 4, I was just like, man, I want to see what his fried face looks like. We never got that. We got his hands, but that's about it. That was me, though, as a kid back then.
Now, this is definitely one of the best scenes in the movie.
Oh, yeah. This scene...
But I think would have made this stronger, Paul, if this scene was done at night.
Yeah, I think the nighttime would have been more effective, but I guess they just wanted to kind of show that, hey, this guy can get you at any time of day. But I do agree. They
they just wanted to show they just wanted to show the mask in its full glory in daytime.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's me, but you only see him going through that crack with the door. Did it look like he was kind of grinning a bit?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I remember your fucking reaction when you saw the trailer, and then he does this bit where he's coming up next.
Oh, this was crazy. It was crazy.
Literally dropping fucking teeth. Oh,
and again, I like how they balance it, where there are some kills where we see the aftermath, and then we see him kill. Like the thing with the jaw here. Like, imagine seeing that. Like, what? Like, what the fuck are we dealing with here?
Yeah, that is nasty. That jaw is, like, gone.
Ripped his fucking teeth out.
Yeah, literally. And then, of course, he basically brained that dude with a mallet, and now he's got his gear. But, yeah, I remember the reaction of the man when we saw this scene not just on the trailer, but in the cinema as well. I saw this. I was just like, oh shit! I remember somebody 2 seats down from me was like, "What the fuck?" I was just like, "Oh shit, here we go." Dropping teeth down to someone.
Yeah, Michael he's a very interesting sense of humor.
Yeah, kind of similar to mine sometimes.
Now imagine, like I said, imagine if this was done at nighttime, bro. Like she's crawling through the stalls and like the moonlight is hitting her and all that stuff, and you see Michael just silhouetted in the darkness.
It would have been much more effective, yeah.
Just a creative change I would have done. Like it doesn't have to be like at night, like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, but just like maybe 7-8 p.m. You know,
sunset time.
I think this would have been much more effective.
Yeah. Well, that crowbar didn't do shit.
He just straight up no-sold that.
Oh, his face. He's mashing this dude's face, man.
And people were saying, why did she run? Because she's scared to death. But because she's scared to death, man.
Yeah. But hey, she's got a crowbar. At least take a swing at the dude when he opens the door.
But I'm just like, people act like being frozen in fear is not a real thing, but like it's a real thing.
It is. It totally is. And you know what they say? And like I said, Michael's 61, but it clearly shows he's still strong as hell.
I would have put her head in the toilet, gave her a swirly, and then choked her.
A little sadistic, but yeah, that would have been a good.
Yeah, that's what I would have done, you know.
Yeah, and here we go.
Now, Paul, now, like I said, like this is a great scene. This is a great shot. But just imagine especially the shot where we see him in the back window. Just imagine if it was done in moonlight, where you see half the mask.
That would have been more effective if they had it at night.
Yes, it would have been. It's just a creative change. Just a creative, like that shot there. You know,
yeah,
like all there is
in there. You would have just
like all there is just the street. All there is just the street light, and then you just see half his face and all that stuff. That's the shape. Just a small creative change I would have done. Is all.
I agree with you. That's what they should have done. It would have been much more effective if they went for that shot at night. But
and I'm not saying what they did was wrong, because it was a good scene regardless. But it's just small stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, sometimes,
but still a very effective scene.
It was a very effective scene, but you know, sometimes you got to do a slight modification that could make it more effective. But they chose to
make it more effective, yes.
But they chose put my teeth back in. They chose daylight, but it was still a good scene. It still had that effect.
Yes, it did. And this is where we get the whole love and understanding scene.
You know, I wish the world was like that, but I hate to be a bit bad news. It ain't.
Like I said, like when they casted Judy Greer, I was just kind of on it because I'm such a Danielle Harris fan. Yeah, and I'm just like, this would have been the perfect opportunity to bring Danielle Harris back.
They should have. But Jamie Lee Curtis didn't want it.
Like at least, like I think Danielle Harris on her Twitter said they didn't even, and she just did a post on Instagram, where she wants to play Jamie again. Like she wants to be in a Halloween film again. And I'm just like, okay, when this Halloween movie is over, let's do what you did and just give us a direct sequel to Halloween 4.
Yeah, because we know that the rights is going back to Malik Akkad after this one is all said and done. So, all right, if Blumhouse ain't going to be doing it, if he's going to be looking for another distributor, who could pull it off this time? Because it's going to be hard to even top what Blumhouse put out.
Take care of my family.
I know jujitsu. Okay, now that line was funnier than the peanut butter on my penis.
I agree.
I know jujitsu. But listen to how Karen says this line. Like, I thought she was like, "Oh, you're being a shitty actress," but I'm like, she's just trying to convince herself of this.
Here we go.
When deep down she doesn't.
Well, love and understanding, and I'm not letting your psychotic
She isn't.
Like, I would like to ask David Groger like that. Like, when you was fine with Judy Greer performing that line like that, was that intentional?
I would love to ask him that question as well. Is he even on Twitter? Let me see if he's got a Twitter.
I'm sick. You're gonna go hop in his DMs.
Fuck it. Why not? I've spelled it wrong.
And then we're about to get the single biggest highlight of the movie.
Oh, yeah. And, like later on, we find out a lot more about that dude.
Best scene of the movie right here.
Yeah, I remember you were saying about it on the review. Even I agree with this. This one continuous shot, hands down, this was the highlight of the movie for me. He's back in Haddonfield.
And I like how this is filmed. It's just,
follows him over the shoulder, yeah.
And I don't know if I would have necessarily played the Halloween theme here, but it's good. Right when he's going through that lighted area, I probably would have cut the lights off. You know what I mean? Make them fade into the darkness.
Yeah.
I like the camera angle. It's not too high. It's not too low. It's just right. And we're just following Michael. The camera angle makes him seem ominous. He has authority over us pretty much.
Yep.
Love it.
And he's, like I said, he's back home after 40 years, and he's literally picking up where he left off. Like,
I love the turn he does here when he enters the kitchen.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, there you are," and then
it's just instinct for him. It's just like he's not even really reacting. It's just instinct.
Yeah. Oh, now he's got his trademark weapon.
Just how he dropped the mask and picked up the knife. It's just instinct.
Yeah. Oh, and I guarantee you, people had their hearts in their fucking throats when this scene came in. And I was like thinking,
Jamie Lee Curtis doing the baby noises.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Jamie Lee curtis doing the baby noises. Yeah.
I really didn't know that. Shit. But yeah, he didn't even.
Now, me. Well, I mean, I was hoping, like, well, let's not do this.
I bet you would have lost your shit if he did that.
Well, technically, he did kill the baby because now he doesn't have a caretaker.
Yeah, true. That's a slow one to go, though. And then you got these two who, later on.
We're going to be in Halloween Kills. But notice how he like turns his head and just his body just follows. It's like it's like mindless. Like it's just going off instinct. It's like a cat.
It's funny because I think that's one of the methods that I think James Ducote said he was one of the methods he was looking at. But he was also looking at how hitmen would stalk people too. I remember him saying that in interviews. So yeah, references to cats, how they hunt their prey, and
it's a great camera shot.
Yeah, that's great. See that nighttime shot like that. If they did that with the car, that would have been great.
Yeah. And we see him walking along the side, like how this was shot and how this was filmed and edited was just it's just beautiful.
It was perfect.
And apparently this scene took 11 times to film. They filmed this 11 times.
Jesus, 11 times. Yeah, because they had to reset everything and man. And like I said, he just casually walks in like no big deal. And then this is pretty brutal right here. Just
very brutal. He hits her head on the banister, making her brain dead. And yeah.
And then sticks a nut right in the fucking,
Great scene. Great scene.
Yeah.
Definitely the highlight of the movie right there.
Exactly. Now, here's the thing, right? This is just me with my preference. If you're going to go to a Halloween party the music choice is definitely not what I'd be playing at a Halloween party.
Well. This
Dude,
is basically.
I'd be playing Misfits, The Cramps, The Damned, horror punk bands like that. That's where it's at.
Yeah. The Paul. We're old. Okay, and then also too, this is basically a fucking great value version of "I Don't Care," which was a big song at the time. Like, I don't care, I love it, I don't care. That's basically what that was. I guess they just couldn't afford the rights to it.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, if I was, that's how I'd been doing it. Even if I was directing me, I'd be like, yeah, this is what we're gonna have for soundtrack. But that's just my preference, man. Because I mean, you're playing. I know you got to make major pop music playing, but it doesn't fit a Halloween party to me. That's just me, though. And like, I am old, so.
How do you feel about the Julian character?
Her?
No, Julian, the kid.
Oh, this kid, the baby. Oh, well, I think he was pretty cool. Definitely had some street smarts on him.
I kind of thought it's a cute scene, them going back and forth. I just thought it just went a little too long.
Yeah, they could have shortened it down a little bit. But
yes, and that's where I say the humor kind of kills the film.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? That with some of these movies, if you can capture that balance of having the right amount of humor and the right amount of horror, it will work. But if you have one overbear it just slightly, you could kind of get away with it. But if you overbear it a little too much with one or the other, it will fuck the movie up.
Yes, you're going into horror comedy territory.
Yeah, and then you got movies that will take humor too far, or maybe too humorous for its own good. Like Predator, but that's another story. But you get what I mean.
I get what you mean. Like I said, that was a cute scene. I just would have just shortened it because we just had a very, very intense moment of Michael killing people. And then just give us like 2 minutes of comedic dialogue after that. It's kind of like you need to find a balance.
You could have had at least 90 seconds or 60 seconds of that humor.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Or even 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds would maybe a bit too quick, but I would say 60 seconds to maybe 75.
Now, Paul, this is the part of the movie where I'm just like, I'm just kind of like, can we just get back to Michael and Laurie?
Yeah, really. I know it's a Halloween party, but
Paul, they just completely throw this shit at us. Like, all of a sudden, the boyfriend Karen is an alcoholic, cheater, and abusive. Like, we didn't get no inkling of that in the earlier scenes. And this is Halloween 4 reference of boyfriend cheating. It's like, I was like, wow, you're throwing a little bit too much at me now, movie.
Yeah, you're overcompensating now. You could have shortened this down or put it in later.
And then Bonnie and Clyde, she's Bonnie and he's where she is Clyde and Cameron is Bonnie, and I'm like a fucking 2018 gender swap, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it happens, dude. I remember when I first watched it, I was just like, I mean, I know it's a Halloween party and I know it's one night, but I couldn't do it.
And he just acts like a fucking dick, like just out the blue. Like where did this come from?
What? At this point, I was like, you're a fucking douche. With his explanations and shit.
Oh, that's what happens when we get caught cheating. We got to think on the spot. Like, hold on, just let me think. That's how you know somebody's lying. That's how you know somebody's lying. Like Dave Chappelle said this. Like, that's how you know somebody's lying. Hold on, just let me think. Can I
think? Yeah. Yeah, Dave Chappelle, man, pretty good comedian as well. I mean, I saw one of the ones that was on Netflix, and I thought that was pretty good.
And when they did all of that just to give Allison an excuse why she doesn't have her phone, it's like there could have been better ways to do that.
Well, for starters, I'd have poured that contents of that bucket over his head.
Well, the only time we see Michael stalking.
Yep.
And it's only 10 seconds. It's only like 5 seconds. Like, oh.
That was literally a 5-second bit. That was all we're going to get when it comes to the stalking part.
And that's another thing. That's another thing that we miss is just like not enough him stalking. Like I do like the shot. Like I do like the shot of the bed sheets here.
Yeah, that was a reference to Halloween 6.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and Halloween 1.
Yeah.
But I do like the shot of the bed sheets because it gives you the idea that you don't see him, but you know he's there.
There, you just can't see him right now.
Which is fine, but it's like you know how he did with Annie, and he just stalked her for like 15 minutes and then goes for the kill. Like we didn't get enough of that.
Right. There's a couple of things.
And this dude here is in the Quarry video game, which I've got to play.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've still yet to play that game too because I was thinking about it, but I don't know why I've kind of held off on it. But I'm at this point now. I'm thinking, you know what? I might get it for Halloween. Fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and get it because I've heard a lot of good things about it.
You're so getting dry fucked tonight. It's like, Danny, please.
Danny, I'm like, come on, man. We get it. We know you like doing humor, but
come on. Like nobody says that.
Well, somehow he thinks they do. I don't know why, but you know.
And this is why John Carpenter had Deborah Hill write the dialogue for the girls.
Exactly. And she was a very talented writer as well. I've got to put that out there. Rest in peace to Deborah Hill, by the way.
Yeah, she was a very, very important piece to the Halloween story that she, in my opinion, doesn't get enough credit.
No, she don't, which is a shame in a way, you know, because just like John Carpenter, she's just as equally integral to the whole thing.
And here's another thing too, Paul. My biggest problem with the Vicky character here, like I like her character, but the trailer fucking ruined it because we know she's gonna die, we know when she's gonna die, and we know where she's gonna die because they played it so much in the trailer and in the TV spot, so you can't have a connection with this character because you know she's going to die.
Yeah, like, first of all, who the hell was the fucking jackass who decided to put that in the trailer? That guy needs to be fired. You should have kept that a surprise. But I guess they...
No. Well, I get why, Paul, because you got to hook the people in. You got to give them, like, one big moment to really make people want to go see the movie.
Well, you could have done it with... You could have done it with
a very important scene.
Yeah.
You just...
I'm just saying, you could have done that with a character that was unlikable, but they did it with one that was likable. But I get why they had to put that in the trailer. They had to have a punchline bit at the end of it, but I would have had someone else in that scene for the trailer. Just me.
And I probably would have done it a little bit differently. You know, like when Julian asked her can you close the closet door? You know, she opens the door and it's dark, right? It's dark, and because a light bulb is off, she probably turns around and looks at Julian and says, like, hey, do you know where the light bulb is? And then Michael's face slowly comes out of the darkness, like how he did in Halloween 2 or Halloween 1. I would have done like that. But him just, you know...
If they did it like you just said, that would have been more effective.
But him basically going,
oh, you son of a bitch! If that was
but him basically going, surprise, bitch! When she opens the door, it's like,
oh, and that dude, that dude that just dropped the bike, man, I'd been fucking mad if that was my bike. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Oh, here we go. But hey, at least the kid had the right idea when he saw shit hitting the fan. Leg it.
I didn't like that.
No, but here's the thing. How did he get up there without nobody noticing? We didn't even see it. But then again, he's the shape, so...
And then you have her slip and fall with it. You're making it too easy. Ugh.
Yeah.
I didn't like having her slip and fall from the socks. It's like, really? That's how you kill her?
I would have liked to have seen her put up a bit more of a fight.
Yeah. Here's my problem, Paul. It's like I would have had Julian. I wouldn't have him going, oh shit, because it kind of breaks the tension. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, like I said, the kid had the right idea to run, but he didn't need to add that line.
Yes, he had the right idea.
Yeah. There was no need for the
James Ducour doing the head. James Ducour doing the head tilt and closing the door. That was really good on his part.
I thought it was weird. And there's those kids. We see them later.
Because Paul, in the movie theater I was in, when he did the oh shit, the crowd didn't really know how to react to it. Because it's funny, but whenever Michael Myers is on screen, it should not be a laughing matter. It's serious.
Well, I can tell you right now, I did hear when I was in the cinema I was in, I did hear maybe 3 or 4 people kind of snicker at that a little bit. And then there were some people that were kind of like, oh, bloody hell, when they saw him coming out of the cupboard like that, So it was kind of a mixed vibe.
I would have just had Julian just do it. I would have just had Julian just do a whole Tommy and Lindsay from the first one, just running out the house, scared out of his mind.
Yep.
That would have been the right way to go.
I would have done the same thing. Like I said, there was a couple of things that...
And he's still cracking jokes. You're like, don't go up there, Dave. If you go up there, you're going to get killed. It's like, come on.
Dude, come on, man. You can't be throwing lines like that. It's too humorous. But, like I said, it clearly had McBride's fingerprints on it.
And then people are like, James, what, you don't like... James, you don't like kids? It's like, no, I'm fine with
saying that
kids.
at all.
I'm fine with kids, man. But it's just, there's just certain things that they execute on that scene where I just would not have done.
Yeah, there's a way to do things, and there were some choices on here that were made that...
And this is where...
Oh, yeah. But I was saying, there were some choices that were made that it wasn't necessary. Minor choices, you know what I mean?
About to get the Nick Castle cameo.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, Nick Castle, the OG Michael Myers. Pretty cool that they got him back in for this one, even if it's little small cameo scenes.
I'll say this, too. James Ducourney does have a good head tilt. But to this very day, nobody tilts the head better than Nick Castle.
Totally agree with you right there. They come close.
Even in the scene here, when she sees him, he's tilting his head. He still got it.
Absolutely. How old is Nick Castle now, anyway?
I think he's early 70s.
Yeah, I'll check it. Nick.
Right here.
Yeah, dude. Fucking yeah, he still got it. You can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's definitely got it. Yeah, that was cool to see that.
And little did we know that was a little reference to the Halloween Kills.
Yes. Nick Castle is 74, by the way. He will be 75 in 2 weeks.
And there's a
10/31/18. What was that 14? 78. I don't know.
And again, I like the balance where we see, the gory deaths, but then we see the aftermath. It's a nice balance.
Yeah, it's good to have a balance like that because you get that equal shock.
Because just imagine being the first responder and you see that, and you see that kid just hanging up there with a knife to his throat. What the fuck?
Yeah, can you imagine what that would do to your psyche if you saw something like that for real?
Yeah,
that's something you're going to be losing sleep over.
Yeah, I probably would have hold off on killing Vicky if we're going to be honest.
They shouldn't have killed her off, man.
I probably wouldn't have pulled the trigger there.
No, I wouldn't. I would have at least let her survive probably until the next movie, and then if you're going to kill her off, then kill her off.
Till kills, yeah.
Yeah. And this fucking guy. It's funny because I didn't figure out he was going to be like batshit crazy. So when that scene, well, when we get there, but when that happened, I was just like, I was surprised because I thought this guy was going to be something similar to Loomis because he had the same, I guess you could say, the same level of knowledge of Myers and has been studying him for fucking years, just like Loomis did. Well, okay, maybe a bit longer than Loomis.
No, but he's the complete antithesis of Loomis, though.
Yeah, he's the opposite of what
He's completely different. He's the opposite of Loomis.
Yeah, he had the same obsession, but different motives.
Where Dr.
Loomis wanted him dead.
Yeah, where Dr. Loomis just wanted to keep him locked away.
Yeah, he wanted him locked away because he knew if that evil gets out, there ain't no stopping him. And this guy wants to see him in, well, as I would say, he wants to see him in the wild.
Exactly. And again, another bullshit. Like, all right, sit down. No, just sit down and don't move. I have been sitting down. It's like, oh God, Danny. Okay, give me the fucking pencil.
Give me the fucking pen and paper. I'll show you how to write this scene. Man, Halloween night.
Like I said, I got a love-hate relationship with our Sartain character. It's like I like the idea. It's just it just got completely goofy with him. Like there's a deleted scene where he's like picking his nose and all that stuff. But they make him goofy. Which I did not like.
I actually have that deleted scene on my Blu-ray, and yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
It's goofy.
It wasn't necessary to have that scene. I'm glad they took it off the film, but.
Yeah, like why would you film that?
I don't know. It's like when I saw that, I was just like, wait a minute, are we doing Star Wars Last Jedi here where we got Luke Skywalker drinking that weird ass milk thing? It's kind of similar to that, the goofiness, you know what I'm saying?
Where are we at now, Paul?
We are now an hour and 6:35. Want me to pause it?
Hour 6 what?
Hang on, I'll pause it.
Yeah.
An hour 6:41. I'm paused at that now.
Sorry, I just got my stuff kind of lagged for a second there, so just bear with me, folks. EJ Movement says he's watching NXT. Salute.
Cool.
All right, where you at, Paul?
1 hour, 6 minutes, 41 seconds.
All right, I'm at 1 hour, 6 minutes, 53 seconds, so just let me know.
Oh, you're already ahead of me. Hang on, but pause it a second. I got to sync up with you. Where are you at?
1 hour, 6 minutes, and 53 seconds.
All right, hang on. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. Go.
All right. Yeah, but I like the dialogue here. Like I want to know what he feels when he kills. Like I like the dialogue. It's just when they do the swerve. The movie completely goes off the rails.
Yeah, that swerve. As soon as that happened, any interest I had in this character just out the window at that point.
And it's like the movie had a good flow to it, and then the movie just slams on the brakes. Like
who came up with that idea? Was it McBride, Daniel, that Jim dude, or fucking David Gordon Green? Who came up with that swerve? Was it Jeff?
Clearly, I don't fucking know. It was a complete route they didn't need to go to. Like I said, it immediately made me think of Dr. Wen in Halloween 6.
Yeah. Oh,
Christopher Nelson, Academy Award winner, makeup artist.
Yeah. I was just reading a little bit what EJ said. He said he liked the movie and how they were able to restart the Halloween franchise. Yeah, they basically retconned it, EJ. They basically did what they did was they ignored every sequel, and then they said this was really part 2 40 years on. Which I thought.
Oh yes, because this movie, because this franchise has been rebooted like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, and some of them were good, and some of them were just, you know. And then Texas Chainsaw had the same deal going on. I mean that recent movie, it wasn't like a masterpiece or anything, but it was solid. You know.
Oh man. This guy struck out big time.
Yeah.
You're ugly. You're fucking ugly. Look, I guarantee you, if Oscar was like motherfucking who do the young girls like nowadays? Harry Styles or Justin Bieber, she would have been down for it.
Yep.
She would have been down for it.
Yeah, but guys like him, he ain't got a fucking chance.
And he went at it the wrong way. So he forced himself on her. It's like, come on, bro. There's better ways to do that.
Yeah. Oh, shit. There he is.
And again, this is one of the few times where there's actual suspense.
Yeah, because he's just there waiting.
Reference to Halloween 2, Mr. Elrod, and
I love how they have these little Easter egg nods. They're not like, sometimes it's on the nose for anyone who's a hardcore fan, but for casuals, it's like little references that they might not have spotted the first time round.
Yeah, that's cool too. Just don't tell me you're gonna ignore all the sequels and acknowledge the sequels.
Yeah, I guess they had to do that to hear the guys like us,
They lied.
Pretty much.
And I like the idea that he's moving along in the motion sensors. Like this is Michael this is something I would see Michael from 78 doing.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's even closer.
You see that night shot there like that? You should have had it like that. That's a good night shot. And then he's right up in your face.
I gotta give this actor this. Like he sounds legit scared to death. Very convincing.
I don't blame him. Probably his first time seeing this character. Ooh, right in the shoulder. And then if that's not enough, his jaw goes right through the...
Now, Paul! God damn it, Paul! This was the biggest missed opportunity in the whole goddamn movie.
Well, this bit here?
Yes, the music, the sound that it makes when Michael appears. This should have been a good fucking chase scene.
Agreed. I don't know why, but that bit in the music...
That's perfect! It's perfect! It's perfect! I would have had Allison running around the neighborhood. I would have Michael appearing and reappearing everywhere. This should have been a nice, good 3-minute chase scene.
It should have been.
And it ends so quickly. They talk about a dick tease.
Man, they dropped the ball on that chase scene. I will say this though, that bit in the music almost sounded like The Purge. But that aside, they should have had a chase scene here. This would have worked, but it was just over before it happened. Like, what the fuck?
Then it's over! Oh God!
Guys, you had one job.
I'm just like, bro, in the movie theater.
Dude, in the
movie theater, Paul, when Michael showed up behind that gate, when he showed up behind that gate, I was like, let's fucking go. And then before I knew it, it was over. I'm just God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, when I was watching it, I was just like, oh, it's on now. And then it ended, and I was just like, oh, fuck you, man. Like, I was like, you kidding me? You could have done something with that, but they didn't. I don't know why they didn't go with that chase scene. I would have had that, like you said, I would have had that chase scene going. I would have had all those suspense moments. I would have had the audience on the fucking edge. I would have had them in the palm of my hand for that scene. But no, they dropped the ball there. They could have gone longer with that shit.
That's another thing about these Halloween films. We have yet to have a good chase scene.
Dude, I fucking hope we get it on the last one.
Well, we kind of got it with Lindsay, but I'm talking about, Lori, Michael, 78, she's on the other side and Michael's walking across the street chasing. We have yet to have that.
We haven't had that since the original, to be honest.
No. The last one we had actually had a good chase scene. Oh shit. I mean, they've had it in every Halloween. It's just,
I'd say that the chase scene on Halloween 6 wasn't bad.
That was good. I wasn't biggest fan of how he walked, but it was good.
Yeah. And the bit when he's like hacking the fuck out of everybody in the hospital? That was cool.
Oh, where are you at now, Paul?
Hang on. I'm at 1 hour, 14 minutes, 30 seconds. Well, it's 31 now. I'm still playing. You want me to pause it?
All right, pause it.
Paused at 1 hour, 14, 30 seconds.
Oh, that shit's 36?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just that shit just, it still pisses me off. You could have done so much more with that. All right, I'm at 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Go.
All right, I'm on it. But yeah, you were saying about the chasing, still pissing you off.
It just, you could, that could have been a legendary moment, bro. And they just, again, it's like when you're about to fuck your girl, then all of a sudden, fuck a girl at her house, all of a sudden the baby starts crying, and it's like, God damn it!
Right now, I'm kind of like that animated character, that wolf. It's some bullshit.
Oh, yeah, exactly. This was my reaction when that scene ended. Where the fuck is it? Like, come on, man.
Bullshit. You can do Roman Reigns. Why would you play games with me?
Why would you play games with me? Oh, God. Okay, Michael just got ran over.
It's not the first time that's happened to him in the series, but in this one, this is his first. And here we go. Here comes
it just completely.
And the fact like, bro. And the fact that this pen's a weapon.
And then I was sad too, because I actually like the Hawkins character. I like Will Patton as an actor. Yeah, I'm like, you're not gonna kill him off,
dude. I thought for sure he was done in this movie after that. Well, we all believed that until when we get there.
Then he puts on the fucking mask. It's like,
what the fuck is that about? Wait, what do you think of the whole putting the mask thing on? Right, come on,
I mean, now that I've seen it, it's been 4 years. Okay, he's just trying to feel what Michael feels and all that stuff. But like this is where the movie, like I said, just completely just slams on the brakes.
Who the hell?
Like right now, Paul. Like right now, Paul. Before that swerve, I'm saying, okay, it's not the best Halloween movie, but it's a good slasher movie. And right here, I'm just like, where? All right, Danny, David, Jeff, where are you taking me? Where are you taking me now?
Him wearing that mask looks like shit when he's wearing it. It doesn't fit him at all.
Make room for my patient.
Make room for yourself in the morgue. Let me say it like Ghostface. You're going to end up in the fucking morgue. make room for his pay. This guy, his obsession is unhealthy as shit, and it's the opposite of what Loomis was trying to do.
All right, folks. If you want to know my real life reaction to this scene when I first saw this,
why would you play games with me?
That's me right now as well. Why would you play games with me? Yeah, good question, Roman. I don't know why. I wish I knew. Question is, okay, that's bullshit. You can't go running over like that. Come on.
now I got the scene with the cops.
Yeah, I'm at the scene with the cop car, yeah. They're talking about something in the car. I'm an hour and 18:30. You want me to pause it again, or? A peanut butter jelly sandwich. Okay, cool. Fair enough. I don't know why, but this almost feels like a Danny McBride scene right now, the way they're talking about food. Never heard him speak. Well, what makes you think you're going to hear him speak? Still there, James?
Yeah. I'm here. Did it play the Roman scene? Did it play the Roman clip?
Yes, it did.
Okay, and also and again and did you see the cops? You know, with the bomb sandwich bullshit.
Yeah, that was a Danny McBride scene. I'm sorry, but that's what it was.
And again, it's like it literally becomes a whole other movie with that scene.
There's no need for it. I don't know why they needed that.
I guess to fill time. I guess look, all this was just to have Michael get to Laurie's house. But yeah, you could have just had him follow Allison into the woods or some bullshit like that. Like you didn't. This is where you're overthinking. You're overriding. You're overthinking.
Chase scene. We should have had that chase scene.
Thank you.
Oh, and there goes the mask. He's awake.
Interesting how saying the word Judith wakes him up.
Yeah, that just pissed him off.
But again, I'm just like, so you put us all through that just to kill him?
Seems that way.
Yeah, you completely overthought this.
When you overthink too much, it's going to end up just being a mess sometimes.
Michael just lets her go? I thought that was an interesting moment there.
Yeah, like, what's the deal? Like, he could have killed her right there in the car.
He could have, yeah. So Michael literally kicked the back, literally opens the door, ignores Allison. It's like, okay.
Ooh. Juicy.
That's a great shot of Michael looking down at us, with the red lights.
Yeah, and he's just like, say something. He's like, yeah, I'll say something with my boot.
Again, he doesn't do it quite like Nick, but it's good enough.
It's satisfying enough, I guess you could say.
And they have him kill these two cops, which, like, that whole bomb sandwich, I got a brownie and chocolate and then chocolate pudding. It's like it becomes a whole different movie. It's like, damn, all right, bro.
We didn't need that scene. We didn't need that
scene.
You
didn't need it. You didn't need it. Too much unnecessary shit in this movie.
Yeah.
And again, people are gonna look at this and say, like, "Oh, James, you sound like you're hating on it once again." No, I see
on it. We're just pointing out what we're seeing.
Here's what I see. I see a great. I see a great Halloween movie in here. I see a great, but it was just passable.
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it like this. This is actually one of my favorite ones since H2O.
Oh yes, this is one of the better sequels. I mean, there's no question about it. It's definitely top 5. But I'm just saying that there are some decisions that they were made that I just don't agree with.
No, they could have done it differently. They should have. Like, here we go. We got a chase. We got a run in the woods, but you could have had that for a chase scene. No, we're just
yes, exactly. Now Allison's just aimlessly just running through the woods. It's like, ugh.
Like, fuck out of here with that.
God damn it. Okay, where are you at now, Paul?
Hang on, I'll pause it. We are now 1 hour, 23:24.
1 hour, 23:24. Okay, I'm at, all right, just give me a second. I'm at 23:07.
All right.
Now 23:11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
All right, I'm in. Oh, my throat's scratchy again. Damn it.
No, the fact this man Michael took the time to hollow out a man's head is hilarious.
I remember when I saw this, I was just like, wow. It's creative.
That had to take some time.
Yeah. I mean, he literally carved this dude's fucking head like a jack-o'-lantern. Look at that shit.
I love the music here.
Throwback to the original.
Now, Paul, I don't know if I would have had I don't know if we would have seen Michael just walk up behind Ray. I would just have him just pop up behind him.
Yeah, I would have done that too.
Yeah, just seeing him walk up, it's like, it would have been better if he just popped behind him.
Just show up right there, yeah, with the weapon in
hand. Yeah.
They did it in the other movies, and it works. So why not do it here?
And now we're officially the third act.
Well, here we go. And I remember the original ending scene they had for this, but we'll talk about that at some point.
I like that. Again, James Courtney gives a great performance with his body language. Like, it's a great performance.
Yeah. He was definitely the ideal pick for this incarnation of Michael Myers.
Go, baby, go!
Hey, do what she says. Get the fuck out.
I love I love this part of the movie. I love that. I like that.
Yeah, it's good music.
That's my favorite part.
I mean, who better to do music for a Halloween movie than John Carpenter?
Oh, John Carpenter is great. He's still a great film composer.
I wonder if he'll ever direct another movie again. It's been a decade.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah. I mean, his last one featured someone who should not be named. You know who I mean.
I know John loves making movies. He just hates the bullshit that comes with it, with the business and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and this is this scene coming up. When I saw this scene here, and he gets his fucking fingers blown off, it's just his reaction. That's it. And this is pretty nasty too. Now, if that was somebody else having their fucking hand blown off, they'd be screaming their heads off. Him, it was just like, oh shit.
Oh, fuck my day up.
Well, that's the end of my video game days. I can't play video games with just 3 fingers.
I'm just like, you bitch.
Right now, Myers is probably thinking, damn it.
Not really. Michael's probably thinking, oh, okay.
Yeah, all right, fuck it. 2 fingers gone, whatever.
Yeah, like so that's his probably thinking, like, oh, okay.
But yeah, when you see that hand explosion scene in slow motion, it is a pretty nasty shot.
Oh, and I love this shot that's coming up where we like see him from from the feet up, and he's silhouetted, and apparently and his fingers pointed down, which apparently is a sign of the devil. I love that.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It's a nice touch. Right here.
James, how do you know that? Because I am the devil. That's why.
Well, me and him have an arrangement, so
yeah. We got a good understanding. We got a good understanding going on. We got a good deal going on. Not that bad of a guy. Not that bad of a guy.
Put it this way: well, when I'm dead and gone, that's where the party's going to be. So when it's our time to go, meet me in the bar down there.
Might be a little warm, but you'll get used to it.
Sounds like I can play some heavy metal music, I'm good.
But now, Paul, in the movie theater, like it was literally so quiet here. You can literally hear a pin drop. Like the room was so tense because when Laurie's like looking for Michael, it's like it was so tense.
Yeah, and the fact that there's no music. This is another thing as well. I know people like to have music for suspenseful scenes, but for me, I like scenes where there's no music because it gives away nothing.
It feels authentic.
Exactly. And I would like to see more films. Dude, this is why I like found footage movies sometimes, because you don't have that music playing and it feels like organic and natural, like you're actually there.
And and I love the hunter becomes the hunted thing, and Michael's clearly setting up traps.
Yeah, he knows he's taking some damage, so now he has to have a different game plan going.
Adjust to the situation.
Yep. What I'd do.
Like the first act and the third act here are the strongest points of the movie. The second act was
hit and miss. Yeah. This scene and the opening scenes is what makes this movie so goddamn good.
Yes.
The second act had a couple of inconsistencies where I'm just kind of like, oh, you didn't need a
couple.
Yeah, there was a couple. It's like you didn't need to do that.
And we get a full view of what Laurie's house is. Like it's a one big trap.
And she's got it all figured out.
Now my thought is like, where the fuck she get the money for all this? This had to cost some money to set all this shit up.
Good question. That setup must have been at least
like a few $100,000.
Maybe about $250,000. But I don't think she did it all in one go. This is like a 40-year project.
A 40-year project, yeah.
Yeah. So she must have just got bits and pieces here and there. Blood smear. He's like,
but this is good. This is good stuff. A lot of tension. One of the few times you actually get tension in the film.
Yep. Like I said, you could. It was so quiet in your cinema. In my cinema, you could literally feel that tension. Everybody was on edge.
And we were just waiting for him to pop out.
Yeah, that's what we were waiting for. We were waiting for that inevitable. And when that happened, I'm not joking. The person in front of me, fucking popcorn exploded everywhere because he just threw it up in the air like, ah! You know? Fuck. I would not want to be in that situation right now.
She's in the room with the mannequins?
Yeah. And he's in there somewhere.
Now, Now, I don't know if I would have had Michael just push the shit away and just rush at her. I would have had his face again just slowly appear out the darkness, then rush at her.
Yeah.
Because it's more, again, if you're talking about bringing it back to its roots, this is a direct sequel to the first film. You have to follow what he would do.
Exactly. But they chose to do the rush route. Not there's anything wrong with that, but
which he did do in the first film.
Yeah, with that guy in the kitchen.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's just you just have to just do the thing that he would have done. The closest we get to that is with the motion sensor.
Yep.
Where are you at now, Paul?
Now an hour 32:55.
Okay, all right.
I think we're lined up.
So like I said, when he just throws the mannequin away, just rushes. It's like, yeah, just have him be like in a dark corner somewhere, and then his face just slowly comes out and then goes at her.
Should have done it that way, but instead we get this. Still good though.
Now, do you think he recognizes her?
I don't know. I mean, it's been 40 years. She definitely knows him, but for him, I think it's just like just another victim.
Just another person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people like to say, oh, when he tilts his head looking at her, he recognizes her. Like, we never really get an indication that he does. Just like how throughout the whole film, we never got an indication he was after her. Like, or if you really look at it, no, he really wasn't. He just happened to be. They just happened to bump into each other, just like the first film.
Yeah, he just wanted to go home. He wanted to be in that bedroom.
And I like this too. Like, oh, Allison's there, and Michael hears her. Like, that caused some tension too.
I wonder what he was thinking here when he realizes she's gone.
Huh, that's what that feels like.
He's like, oh shit, deja vu.
Now, I don't know if I probably would have shown Michael looking kind of thrown off,
Yeah, because I thought nothing throws him off.
Like it looked like for a brief second he's kind of like taken aback, which I'm like, I don't know if I would have showed that.
I don't think we needed that.
I don't really want to see Michael thinking, if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
And this fall, I will give Danny McBride and them credit. One of the most well-written sequences ever in a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
Because they got me. They got me.
This was pretty damn good how they set this up.
Because, Paul, at this point, I was so fed up with Judy Greer and I was so fed up with Karen. I'm just like, Michael, just kill her. Just fucking kill her. But when she said, gotcha, that's when I love the character.
Yeah, because it was like, okay, I got to get my training in gear now. And
because
I'll tell you what.
Because it's built up to this moment. Like they built this up to this moment, and it would have looked like Karen was gonna was gonna bitch out,
Yeah.
And then when she said, I can't do it, that's all. I'm like, oh, Michael, just fucking rip her fucking head off. When she says gotcha, I'm just like, okay, that was great. That was good.
I know somebody cheered in my cinema screen when I did that. And another thing too, if anybody didn't know how strong Michael Myers is at 61 years old, just watch this bit.
I mean, it took him a little while, but he still got it over.
Well, old man's strength is fucking hell for some people.
Old man's strength is a son of a bitch.
Yeah. And this is from someone who's not done anything for 40 years, not gym work, nothing. He just has that strength in him.
And I like how it's the same gun that she had when she was younger.
Yeah, that's a nice little touch there.
But this was because I'm into it. Like I was into this at this point, and I'll give Judy Greer credit. She pulled this off.
Yeah, and I remember people cheering when this bit happened. And then Michael Myers' reaction when he's been shot, all you hear from him is just, ugh. He felt that shot. And then
That was good. That was good.
See, that's what they should have done with Michael Myers, that bit there.
I thought that was cheesy.
I know, I'm saying they should have had that for Michael Myers in that scene.
Yeah, and plus it was so quick. I didn't think that was supposed to be like the original film.
No.
It was like it was so quick. It was like
it was too sudden. Oh. He ain't letting go.
That was a good setup.
Was cool. Very Undertaker.
That was a good setup. Like that again, I believe that's the same guy from 78.
Exactly. Ooh.
Now, again, Halloween Kills makes me appreciate this film more. But at the time, again, this is at the time. I haven't seen Halloween Kills yet. At the time, I was like, maybe Michael should have killed one of them.
Yeah.
But now I get why they saved that for the last film for Halloween Kills.
Got to raise the stakes.
But no, it was just kind of like, damn. So he didn't kill any of them? Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, fair enough. And the fact that Michael Myers is just doesn't even give a shit that the place is burning down around him.
It's a really good. Yeah. Again, emotionless.
Like he's just staring a fucking hole right through him. Not even.
Now, Paul, I will say, Paul, that I thought this ending ended very abruptly.
Yeah.
I'm like, there could have been more. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like I said, place is fucking burning his ass down, and he's just like, yeah, and
it's a great shot. It's a great shot of him looking up at us and the fire around him.
Yeah. It kind of goes back to, well, we'll get to that one when we do the next one. It reminded me of that quote that Loomis said in one of the Halloween movies, with that hell quote.
So we see the house burning down, and again we learned this was just one big trap for Michael. Like it was the intention to get him down there.
Yeah, and I think
it's good. It's good, but it's just how abrupt it just ends. It's just kind of like that. Like I left the movie theater thinking that's it.
Yeah, that was it. Too sudden. And for a lot of people, nobody knew there was going to be another one after this. They built this as like
bullshit. People knew.
No, some people did. Some people did, man.
I knew there was going to be another one.
I did too. But for a lot of others, they thought that was it. It was how they built it, on the trailers back then.
Again, look how abrupt this is.
Yeah, with a knife. That's it. Done.
And I'm like, Paul, at the movie theater, I was just kind of like, that's it? That's all we get?
When I watched it, I was just like, oh, okay, that's how we're going to end this? All right, fine, whatever.
But you could have had like 5 more minutes of something.
Yeah, could have given him 5 more minutes of something to go with it, but they just ended it suddenly. Just that was it.
Oh, don't forget, Paul. That's that entire third act was reshoots.
Yeah, there was a couple of reshoots, and I remember they had that original ending, which is actually it's on the Blu-ray that I got. The original ending scene.
What?
There was a scene I saw on YouTube, and I think it's on my Blu-ray as well, where it has an original. There was a different ending because you remember on the trailer.
Yes, I know there's a different ending. But Jason Blum didn't release it. He's never released it.
I'm pretty sure I saw it on YouTube.
No, it's never been released, dude.
Hold on, let me check that.
It's in the trailer. It's in the trailer.
I know I saw it. Hang on. I did see it. I'm not fucking going crazy, bro. I know I saw it.
You saw the original ending.
Yeah, somebody put it on YouTube. Hold on. I find it. I know it's fucking there because I saw that shit.
with them fighting in the front yard and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael supposedly passing out in the woods.
Mm-hmm. I did see it.
I'll believe it when I see it. I don't. I think your friend. I think your friend fucked you.
I am not fucking with you, dude. I did see it on YouTube. Somebody fucking leaked it.
How long ago was this?
3 years back.
Okay, then it's not there anymore.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I know I saw it though. I did see it. I am not bullshitting you, dude. I did see that ending that somebody leaked. No bullshit.
Well, Jason Blum just released a statement. They say he still has that ending he still has the ending in the vault. He's just waiting for the right time to release it.
I'll bet they'll use it on Halloween Ends. You watch. I'll bet they'll use it on there.
Oh God! If they do, bro, I'm just like, well, you make us wait 4 years for that.
Somebody's gonna get thrown into the fucking sewers if they did that. But there you go,
yeah,
guys.
Folks, that was Halloween 2018, and first time I see Halloween 2018 in about a year now. So far the feelings have not changed about it. I still stand by the fact that it's a really good slasher, really good, well-directed slasher film. Not the greatest Halloween film, if you can tell the difference on my statements there, but it checked all the more important marks, brought it back to its simplicity, to its grounded roots, and more importantly, they made Michael Myers intimidating again. And okay, first of all, Paul, go ahead and give your thoughts first before I give mine.
All right, hang on a second. Just turning the plug here. All right, well, Halloween 2018. Now, when I first heard this was going down, I was a little anxious about it, but I was a little hopeful that it was going to be something good. I go see it in the cinema the first time, and when I first saw it, my initial thought was, man, this is the best fucking Halloween movie I've seen in ages. That was me in the beginning. Watching it again now, about 3 years after, we were talking about the stuff that was, the inconsistencies that was going on with it. I can see some of the stuff that they could have done differently, but that stuff aside, it still felt like a proper, natural, organic follow-up to the original Halloween. I love the fact that they brought back Jamie Lee Curtis. I loved the fact that they brought Michael Myers back to being what he was originally, not diluted with all the other history stuff that we had in the sequels. They basically just brought it back to the essence of who the fuck he was in the original movie, where he's just this shape, like soulless, like just killing machine, basically. That's what he is. Basically, he is, like Loomis said, the essence of evil. That's what he is. And I'm glad they went back to that route. And I thought that the presentation was good, the look, the feel. James Jude Courtney playing as Michael Myers, I thought was an ideal pick. He definitely had the hallmarks of the OG Myers. Okay, there may be a couple of bits where it could have been a bit better with him, but he definitely delivered what we expected from him. I definitely had that feeling of, this is Michael Myers 40 years on. And the fact that they had Nick Castle play in some of the scenes as well, I thought was a really cool touch. The music was great too, with John Carpenter having some involvement again, him and his son putting some really good soundtrack to this. And of course, Jamie Lee Curtis putting on, for me, which I thought was her best performance that I've seen in quite a while. And she really did bring it in this one, especially during the first scene where they're at the diner place. And of course, the third act was just a masterful shot. And of course, that continuous shot when Myers comes home, for me, that was one of the highlight scenes of the movie. Just that one continuous shot. That was kind of like reference of essence of what Halloween is to me. So all in all, I mean, despite some of the issues that the film has, which we did point out, I still think it's a good film. I still enjoyed it. It's still fun. Pain in the ass with some of the, the humor bits that wasn't necessary, and some of the stuff that they could have done differently. Like James pointed out, I agree with this one too. The missed opportunity with the chase scene. They should have fucking had that in there. Why they didn't have it in there, I do not know, but they dropped the ball there just a little bit. But that aside, it was a solid movie. It's not the greatest Halloween movie, like everybody's saying, but as a solid sequel, which this franchise really needed after the last movie. I mean, I know some people hated the Rob Zombie ones. I didn't mind them to an extent, but this movie definitely needed a revival, and this movie definitely did deliver it. So, yeah, solid sequel, pretty good slasher movie, even though it has some inconsistencies. So, when I first saw it back then, I gave it 9 out of 10. But for now, I'm gonna give it 8.5 because of the stuff that we pointed out. That's why it kind of loses the original point that it had with me. So solid movie, 8.5. It was a nice return to form.
Why would you play games with me?
Yes, guys. Why would you play games with us after having what could have been a damn good chase sequence, but you fuck us on that one? So, yeah. Good job on that drop ball. James, go.
For me, now keep in mind, folks, okay? Now, Halloween Kills has been out. Like I said, it's making me appreciate Halloween 2018 more than I did back then. I still say that between the two films, Halloween Kills in 2018, I told Paul this Halloween 2018 is the better overall movie. I will say that the things that they got right, first things first, the presentation of Michael Myers. I've said it in my review back in the day, and we'll say it now, how he's presented, how James Ducournau plays the character, the balance of modern, but still keeps the spirit of Nick Castle of 78. I just thought it was beautiful how they presented him. The Mask, no question, I could probably say it's probably like my second favorite mask of the franchise.
It was a really good mask.
I mean, one obviously is the creme de la creme of the mask, but the mask here was really, really good. Really, really love the mask. These are all my positives, by the way. Mm-hmm. Jamie Lee Curtis gives a very, very strong performance. I kind of prefer her performance at H2O just a little bit more, but it's her story. She's clearly the heart and soul. Like that good 5-minute stretch, like I said, from when she meets Allison at her high school all the way to her emotional breakdown at the dinner scene was just beautiful, very emotional. You feel so terrible for her. There's some characters I probably could have done. Like Paul, remember when we watched the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, and we get the moment looking at the picture of her and her friends from the first film?
Yes, I remember that, yeah.
I wish we could have had that with Laurie. I wish we could have had a moment where she just looks at a photo. Like, I'm pretty sure, Paul, I don't know if you've seen like this. It's a pretty iconic photo of Knowles and Nancy look like they're on a staircase taking a picture together behind the scenes.
Yeah, they should have had that picture in there. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, they should have had a moment there where she's like, she's just probably just going through like the scene when she realizes the bus crash and she's like getting all her shit ready. Then she just like stops and sees like a picture, and then just like you can see start getting emotional. You could do like a little faint flashback of them walking down the street, about their plans for the night of Halloween 78 and all that stuff. Like, they could have been a nice character moment that I would have put in. just her saying Michael Myers murdered 5 people, and I'm like, well, half of those were your fucking best friends. But
Exactly. They should have had that photo moment. I mean, it's funny how that Texas Chainsaw movie got that scene that Halloween missed.
it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, 2018 right? Halloween was a way better film than that Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. But the fact they did that Halloween didn't is pretty fucking sad. But yeah, but Jamie Lee Curtis gives a really, really good performance. She's definitely one of the best things of the film. And also I like, the soundtrack. Yeah. Cody Carpenter and Daniel Davies. It's a modern take of the 78 film, but it's a really, really good score. In fact, I actually have the vinyl of the score. Like it's a damn good score. I will say
I have the soundtrack CD for Halloween Kills. I've got it on my Walkman, and there's a couple of good tracks on there I like too. But I need to get the soundtrack for the original as well. I haven't been able to find the CD yet.
Yeah. Out of the two, and I've heard some snippets of the Halloween Ends film soundtrack. By the way, it's on the internet, but okay. I've heard a couple tracks. I don't know, like the first soundtrack is still the best soundtrack, but yeah, John Carpenter was just on. He has been on his A game. Like he's always been a really good film composer, and him coming back to a score was just a very, very nice touch. I love John Carpenter's scores, by the way. In fact, later tonight I'm probably gonna watch They Live. But
dude, I've got that on 4K. That's one of my favorite Carpenter movies.
For sure. So the soundtrack. Oh, and I like Adi Matichak's Allison's character. I really did. Like she reminded me of a young Laurie of 78. Just just a little edge to her, but I really like how the whole point of these 3 films was to build Allison character up. They did it here. They did it in Halloween Kills. A little concerned how they're gonna do it when Halloween Ends with the bullshit I think is coming, but I enjoyed Adi Matichak's performance as Allison. Things I did not like. Well, for one, the humor. The humor killed the film. It was too fucking much. Like I get Danny McBride. He's a comedian first. I completely understand it. But there's a time and a place. Like there are comedic moments in the first Halloween. Like hey, get your ass away from there. You gotta place them in the right moments. I felt like David Wright did not do that.
Mm-hmm.
The humor, the missed opportunities, more important, that when the Shape Stalks Allison theme plays and it just ends on a dime when you could have made something great out of that. Again, just the ultimate dick tease, bro. The abrupt ending. But again, Halloween Kills makes me appreciate, why they did it like that. But if you just watch it on its own, like here's the thing. You got to watch Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills back to back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because basically those 2 films is one continuous story because it happens on the same night.
But yet the Halloween 1 didn't have that problem.
Yeah, but we'll get to that.
I'm just saying, like, he gets shot, Dr. Moon looks down, he's gone. Like I said, Halloween 1 could have been it, but we just had to make more movies, fucking Mustafa. Rest in peace, Mustafa, but I'm just saying. But oh yeah, and I'll just add this another line of the positives. The cinematography, it's very well directed. It's a great looking film. Who was the DOP of this movie?
Director of photography was Michael Simmons.
Michael Simmons, okay. Yeah,
he's also in the second one too. Let me just check that. Yeah, he's also the same guy in Halloween Kills.
Okay, all right. Like I say, really, really good photography. Another negative I will say, like I actually wrote this down. I actually watched the movie.
That's cool.
The first act from and the third act are the best parts. That middle act, like right when we get to the dance and Julian and Vicky and Dr. Sartain, especially Dr. Sartain,
Yeah, that's
drags the films.
We didn't need that swerve.
Yes, then it picks itself up again when we get to Laurie's house. But that middle portion was just it was just a drag.
It was just a hodgepodge of hit and misses in that middle scene.
And the Dr. Sartain swerve, it was just very mishandled, completely overthought it.
That was just done for shock value, if you ask me.
Wouldn't be the first time in this fucking franchise they did stupid shit for shock value. Rest in peace, Rachel.
Yeah.
But all in all, though, like I said, the most important things: Michael Myers, Laurie, good story. Judy Greer as Karen. Like I said, I fucking hate her. I wanted her to die. But then she won me over with the gotcha scene. Like, that was great. That was a great. If this was a wrestling match, and how I envision how wrestling matches are, and she did that little swerve thing where she actually becomes the badass, that would have been the crowd would have popped. And like Paul said, the crowd popped for him, and the crowd popped for me. And also another thing too, Paul. I would have liked a few moments, Paul, where, sometimes in Halloween movies, they kind of do some establishing shots of Haddonfield. You know what I mean?
Get that on this one.
Case in point, the opening of Halloween 4.
Yeah, dude, we said it before. I'll say it again. That opening scene on Halloween 4, the music to it, dude, every time I hear that fucking soundtrack, I get goosebumps. And James will tell you right now, it's very reminiscent to where he's at when he sees that scene.
Yeah. Like I would have liked to have some moments, some sense of community within the people of Haddonfield. Like get to know, make the city a character in itself. Some scenes of the kids trick or treating and all that stuff. Make it feel like Halloween. We get that one scene, we didn't see it again. Which for what it looks like in the Halloween Ends trailer, that's what they actually did. They actually focused on stuff like that.
Yes.
It might be just small nitpicks, but it's just something like after watching these fucking movies since I was a little kid, I just noticed how Halloween movies should be, and that's what I want to see.
Yeah, exactly. I've been watching these movies for a long time as well, man. Since I was like 4 or 5 years old when I watched my first Halloween movie. My first one was.
Oh my God, Paul! You're being overly critical. Just take the movies for what they are, Paul. Yeah.
I'll give you in a minute, but yeah, you get what I mean. I mean, it's like like I said, I've been watching these movies for a long time. Yes, I'm nearly 40. I'm an old fart, and I'll openly admit that. But I know what it is I want to see in a Halloween movie, and I know what it is I don't want to see in a Halloween movie, and that goes for any movie in general. Me and James, we may not have the same agreements on some of those things, but you know what? We're both passionate about this shit. That's how it is.
Yes, we are. Which, I'll get to that in a second. But as far as my rating for Halloween 2018, originally I gave it a 7 out of 10. I'll bump because, like I said, with now Halloween Kills in my mind and how I connect the two stories, it makes me appreciate it a little more. I'll take it to an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 works for me.
Actually, no. Wait. 7 to 7.5.
7.5. Okay, so you're 7.5, and I'm 8.5. My original was 9.
Yeah. Like I said, the humor, that second act, and the abrupt ending. Like I said, it just felt like again, like sometimes when you're just driving, and all of a sudden the car just breaks down and just stops. That's that ending. That's what that ending felt like.
Yeah, it did. It's like somebody just ran out of gas, and I'm just like, oh fuck, how are we gonna get home now?
I was like, we're gonna stop here. Like that's it. Like
really?
Okay.
That's how we're gonna do this? All right, fine, whatever. Try again, same time in 2 years.
Oh fuck. Which is fucked up because we should be done with these movies by now.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now. Halloween Kills was originally meant to come out in 2020. Halloween Ends was supposed to come out last year, but we all ended up in a pandemic, and fuck all we could have done about that then.
Right. Yeah. Just the situation was out of their control.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is our Halloween 2018 live commentary. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show. And for the next show, Paul, what do you have in mind?
All right. I'm still on my zombie trend. I do have another movie after this one, but our next movie is going to be a double bill because both these movies are fairly short, but they're both effective, and they both literally happen at the same time as each other. So part 1 and part 2 is basically one whole movie in one. Now, James has seen the remake of this movie, and I've told him about the original movies, and these are both on Shudder, by the way. So for my next pick, we are going to go with a double bill of the Spanish found footage horror movie, Record 1 and 2. There is a 3 and 4, but I wanted to do these two first because I felt that these two are the strongest ones out of the 4, and part 2 being my personal favorite. And James, you're definitely going to see the differences between what you saw in the remake and what the original story has on it.
Does it end the same way?
The original movie, yeah. Where do you think they got it from? But in terms of its story, it's very different to what the cause of it is.
I bet it is, but that was the one thing I hated. That I hated. It's just like, why would you put the ending and make that your front cover? Like,
why would you put it in the trailer?
Thank you. Well, look at that. What do you know? Well, once again, adding a big scene into the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, I like the remake too, but I still think the original is much more better than the remake. And even though the remake was fun, but the originals were better, and you'll soon see why. They are both on Shudder, folks, and that's unless you've got them both on Blu-ray. But that's going to be our next movie, a Record 1 and 2 double bill. And James, what have you got?
And also, really quickly too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing rumors that a Halloween Ends full trailer is coming out. I don't want to see that. The teaser they did is just right.
Well, let me put it like this. I'll take a little look, and I won't give any spoilers, but I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, Paul. Well, if you see some shit that you weren't supposed to see, don't be mad at us. Don't be mad at us.
Hey, it ain't the first time I've seen full trailers and not get surprised, so can't hurt. And Kickus the Scrotus says James ain't seen the Rob Zombie movies. Well, maybe
I have.
One day we'll do watch throughs. He has watched them. We haven't done watch-alongs of them yet, so careful what you wish for there, Kickus.
And as far as the film after REC, we're gonna do one of my favorite films of this particular franchise. In fact, it's my second favorite of this franchise, and in my opinion, has one of the more she's now becoming appreciated. But I could definitely say one of the best final girls, and not in just horror, but in this franchise. Friday the 13th, Part 2.
All right, Friday the 13th, Part 2. It's on. So there you go, guys. We're going to have the Record 1 and 2 double bill. That's going to be our next one. And then Friday the 13th, Part 2. Haven't seen that film in a while. Thank God I got the fucking box set.
Oh yes, it's one of my favorite films, and the most underrated look of Jason.
This was also the debut. Yeah, this was the debut of Jason Voorhees when he was still human, boys and girls.
Yes, hillbilly Jason. Yeah.
And if you want proof about him feeling pain, just think of the scene where he got booted in the nuts. All you hear is he just hit this boot and says, and I'm like, oh, I bet that hurt.
But yeah, so REC 1 and 2 and Friday the 13th Part 2 will be the next set of movies. So we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this live commentary. Like I said, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and donate to the Cash App PrimePod313. If you haven't, check out the Monday Night Raw live commentaries. Paul, have you been seeing any of the Monday Night Raws as of late?
Well, like I said, I don't have BT Plus, but I have from time to time been checking out the voice chats when listening into the guys talking about the event. So I did have a little listen into the Clash at the Castle, and Dominic Mysterio turned heel, which I will say needed to happen. It's been a long time coming. And Roman Reigns is still the champ. I heard that match was actually not too bad. And I heard that the best match on there was Sheamus versus Gunther.
Yes, that match was fucking insane.
Yeah. And as far as AEW goes, I have been, like I said, that's the only one we're able to watch it on TV over here because that's the only one I can watch. I did hear about some of the shit that would happen. I mean, I heard that CM Punk's a champion again. Yes, I did see that after show interview where he fucking went off on a few people. And I hear that there's a lot of backstage turmoil going on right now because of the shit that was said during that press. But that, I mean, here's the thing, right? James, you know, and I've said it numerous times, AEW is the reason I got back into wrestling again. And on your suggestion, you said to check out WrestleMania 38. I did, and I enjoyed it. And I never thought I'd say that, but I guess you could say I've got my feet back in the pool again a little bit. I may not be a full-blown diehard fan like I was back in the day, but there are some moments where I can say, you know what, that's actually not too bad. But I do feel like AEW needs to get their shit together in terms of the behind-the-scenes stuff, because that shit is going to kill the company if they don't get their shit together. It's going to be WCW all over again. And you know what they say about people who don't learn from history? You're doomed to repeat it if you're not careful.
All I will say, I think I might do a separate video on this, but I think I may do a separate video tomorrow on this. But all I will say is the more and more I think about it, the more and more I say that CM Punk was in the right.
Yeah, I agree. Because, I mean, look at that shit with Adam Page a bit when he's fucking flipping him off and going into business for himself. I get why CM Punk's pissed off. I can understand it because a lot of these, with all due respect to you, Max, I know you're not in your 30s yet, but, you know, some of the younger guys that's in there, guys like Sammy Guevara, the Young Bucks, and, you know, they think they know it all. And when they get advice from legends, they're like, fuck off. I don't give a shit. And that's what pisses CM Punk off. I get why he's mad about it. I get it. I mean, I'd be a little pissed off too if some smart ass who thinks he knows it all comes back and says shit like that. And the other thing I hear is that Sammy Guevara is almost unworkable. There's a reason why Kingston's on suspension right now because, I mean, he did call him a fat piece of shit. And trust me, somebody called me that, I'd be punching your ass out if that was me.
Oh, yeah, you're considered unworkable when you're literally dropping Ruby Riott on her fucking head.
Boca knows, from what I understand.
And also, and the whole legacy. Look, that'd be like if I was chosen to play Michael Myers in the movie, and Nick Castle, and I'll put James McQuinn just trying to give me advice on how to play, and I say, I don't care. Like, who the fuck am I? You know what I mean?
Dude, I'd be taking their advice like a sponge. I'd be soaking it all in. If somebody said, like, say, like, after I'm done with my, you know, I'm doing an acting course, I'm doing a degree, right? let's say I somehow get my foot in the door and somebody says to me, hey, we want you to be Leatherface or we want you to be the next Michael Myers or Jason. I'll be like, fuck yeah. And I'll be taking as much information and doing a shitload of study just to make sure I get it right.
But hey, that's what happens when you get a bunch of entitled kids. And you give them everything too soon. And then also too, it would piss me off too when a bunch of people injecting themselves in a situation involving me and another individual that has nothing to do with them, and you're reporting all this shit to the media, and you're talking to other wrestlers from the WWE about the shit. It's like, I don't know, man. Again, I was never a Young Buck guy and Omega guy, and shit like this is one of the reasons why. Because however, shout out to Bruce Blitz. I would love to hear his reaction to this about the Ace Steel and CM Punk situation because he trained with them. So I'd love to know his thoughts about them getting into a fight with the Elite. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here, y'all. But yeah, check out the Monday Night Raw live commentary. Also check out the Clash at the Castle live commentary. I did solo dolo, and we'll see y'all on Monday. Like I said, Paul, we'll think of a day of to do the REC thing. Yeah. But as for Monday, another Monday Night Raw live commentary again. Quez's rant. Did you see Quez's rant on Braun Strowman coming back, Paul?
Wait, Braun Strowman's back?
Yes, as he returned last night.
Oh shit. I'm gonna have to check that rant out. I remember I was looking at the comment sections on Discord where he just fucking went off.
Yeah, Quez is not happy about Braun coming back. So check all that out. Also, all the other Primetime Gorehound episodes, all that is on the playlist on my channel, and hopefully, once again, and EJ says, Eddie was already suspended. He's been off it. Like he was just, like this happened like weeks, so he just now got unsuspended.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and Tay Conti broke her nose. Yeah, it's just like, yo, just get some fucking get trained properly. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
And another thing, Sammy Guevara, quit being a fucking arrogant piece of shit. You're gonna have a very short career span if you're not careful.
Yes, very, very short.
You want proof of that? Ask Enzo.
Oh, that's another topic for a different day. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. So, like I said, hit that like, subscribe button, share the video, do whatever you can to support the channel. And like I said, I'll see y'all next Monday for the Monday Night Raw live commentary. And Paul, really quickly, you tell people where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Twitch. Type in Gorehound1983. I am currently streaming the PS5 Cyber Edition of The Ascent. If you guys have not played that game, please do yourself a favor and play it. And also, February, keep an eye on February 3rd because I'm taking the day off just so I can play Dead Island 2. Finally, it's coming and I can't fucking wait. But that's later.
All right, cool to hear. All right, and everyone, have yourselves a good night. And have yourselves a good week, and we will see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.